Still breathing heavily, Gediyon looks straight on at Dreana, whose gait has become more feminine as she approaches the boundaries. She unfastens her cloak, dropping away an inner layer that was hiding her figure. She tosses it aside, then, with her back to Gediyon, lowers the black hood from her pretty red head until the entire thing slips from her shoulders and slithers to the ground. Who would have guessed such a badass was wearing pink underneath? Her outer cloak was so reminiscent of a vampire that I thought her entire outfit would be gothic, but nope. There she is, standing in the middle of her battlefield, wearing a mauve vest laced up with yellow ribbon and pearly white tights that show off her voluptuous curves.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mr. Gum announces, more suspenseful than before.
our champion of Tariq for the past 3 years in a row, Lady Dreana Het Kajet Ivy Biscuit!
I have a feeling she wore the disguise for shock value. The arena erupts in cheers, and even Jayse gasps.
Oh my goddess.
He says. What? I snap. Do you know her? He shakes his head. I grumble softly to myself. I know I have nothing on Dreana, but really? She even wins over Jayse on first sight? Dreana's coquettish laugh echoes across the barren arena, and she raises her head over her shoulders, looking behind at Gediyon. In a graceful twirl, she flips her red ponytail, tied back with a black flowing ribbon, and faces Gediyon with a smirk on her full, pouty, glossy lips, and hands accentuating her tiny waist. And Gediyon is staring at her. Oh, come on! Of all the people to be stricken by something so sexy, Gedion's the last I expected. I was hoping he'd finish her off with another electroblast, but one, she probably made him finish off Sekri like that so he wouldn't have enough energy for her, and two, she's an ogle-worthy hottie that he probably wouldn't want to hurt in any other circumstance. I sit on a chair and groan, dropping my face into my hands and watching between my fingers. I notice Dreana lick her lips before speaking.
Shall we begin?
Gediyon is speechless, and I groan again. Dreana chuckles and starts to walk in an arc around him.
Not ready? I'll give you time. But trust me, babe, you can stare all you want later.
Gediyon also laughs but looks away.
Forgive me for staring. I just wasn't expecting...
A fine lady.
She stops walking and gives him a charming smile that draws him right back in. He takes a few more seconds of silence before he says,
May I have the honor of knowing your name before we battle?
My, aren't you polite? I think I like you, so I'll indulge you this once.
I groan so loudly I nearly gargle on my saliva. No! Stop it! You're violating him!
Jayse
starts, but never finishes because Dreana says her name in her deliciously beautiful, mechanically ringing voice.
Lady Dreana Het Kajet Ivy Besker.
She purrs. My ass! I scream. My ass is what you are! I pound on the walls and shout, Gediyon! Don't let her fool you! Burn her already! Burn!
And your name, oh sweet gentleman?
Gediyon Radine.
At this, she raises an eyebrow.
Of course it is.
She continues to walk around him in a perfect circle, maintaining the same distance from him.
Now that the pleasantries are over with, would you like to begin a real fight, or do you plan to talk for the rest of the round and hope I'll die with happiness over how gorgeous you are?
He chuckles.
Lady Dre.
Oh, don't pretend as if you don't know you're good looking. I don't.
I'm practically climbing the wall at this point. Of course not, you cocky skank! Gediyon says.
Forgive me for stalling, but should the show not go on?
Dreana looks above at the audience and says,
How right you are.
With barely a hint of a warning, her robotic fist shoots toward Gedion's head.